What's in the pack? Come along and join me as we open it up and explore the contents. See you in a minute. Good morning, everybody. I hope this morning finds you all fit and well and ready to greet a new week on this, rather grey Monday morning. It's August the 16th. It's my son's birthday, and we're going to hopefully head out somewhere for lunch or even tea and have a nice day with him. But why am I here today? Why am I on here? Well, I had placed an order for a deck, for 2 decks, and unfortunately something's happened where they didn't actually get to my house. The status came up that it had been delivered, but it had been delivered back to the original sender. Apparently something to do with the new EU laws. Why change something that's not broken? Is it more tax? I don't know. So you can only imagine my disappointment when 2 decks that I had ordered a long time ago have not yet arrived, and I don't know if and when they will arrive. A friend of mine, through the tarot community, who we've sort of bonded over the sea, had asked me would I do a review of this particular deck when mine arrived. With her deck arriving earlier, she was looking forward to hearing what I had to say about the deck. And I waited and waited, and more messages passed. I said, mine's not arrived. Don't know where it is. And then we found out that we're having difficulty getting it into the country. So this wonderful lady said, I ordered it, it's not for me, I'm going to send it to you. And I was just absolutely blown away by her absolute generosity, and I can't thank her enough. I have asked her if it's possible for me to mention her on her name here, but I haven't had a reply to that, so that's no problem. I'll put it down if a reply comes through in the comments below. But you know who you are, and you're just amazing. You're my hero. So here's the box. I haven't opened it, and I've never done an opening before. And just to let you know, it's early-ish. Still in my PJs, mainly because this arrived and I was so excited to get it looked at. But we've also just done the candles on my son's cake, so excuse the Monday morning look. Oh, and as for the sleeve and the glove, lymphedema's playing up. Right, let's have a look here. Oh, this is just, I just, you know, in life we get to meet so many different people, and then, you know, you meet someone, your paths cross. Sometimes we know that they're for lessons, sometimes they're blessings, but everybody comes into our life for a reason. And okay, this isn't just the reason just for tarot, but for this, I think it's a genuine friendship, and it's blossomed into a lovely friendship. And this generosity is just overwhelming. I find it extremely overwhelming. And I have a lovely card here on the front, so I'm going to gently loosen up here with my scissors. And fair play, she sent it to me in the original box that it's arrived, that it was posted from abroad. And this is what happens when the EU mess with rules and laws, and it's the people that suffer. Oh, hi Elaine, I really hope you enjoy this deck. I'm so glad it's found a home with you. I don't know why I didn't connect with it, as it is gorgeous, but not for me. Sending all warmest, best wishes, love, my friend. look forward to your review. Well, here it is, and I have not watched a single review of this deck. I haven't searched it out because the reason I'll tell you why is because I wanted to see my own initial reactions to it, simply because its sister deck or predecessor, it took me about a year to be able to read with it, and once everything sort of fell into place, I use it now. I read it like a dream. It's a very accurate deck for me, and I thought this one would be just as wonderful. And what is it? Oh my goodness. It's the Paradoxical edition of the Deviant Moon. Thank you so much. So let's have a look. Even straight away the colours on the box, you know. And wow, look, we have the original one and then the paradoxical version. Let's just test something out. Look how that lights up. Now, imagine having a themed night or Halloween and having a black like blue bulb in a lamp in a corner with this deck, reading with this deck for someone. Do you know, that just might be what I will be doing this year from my doorstep. That would be exciting. Let's see. This bizarre mutation of the Deviant Moon Tarot was created around the same time I finished the original deck back in 2007. It started when I accidentally inverted one of the card images and liked how unexpectedly different it looked. Wild experimentation followed. Although I never intended to release the collection, I did issue a small pack of cropped images as an art deck in 2014. Since then I've received numerous requests for a full-size deck, so here it is at last. Part reading deck, part art deck. I hope you enjoy your stay on the other side of the moon. Patrick Valenza. This is lovely. So the backs are blue in colour, and these are the images. Now let's just see how this stands up to the light here. So here we have our Fool. Pity I'm not in the dark, but I do imagine that would actually stand out quite amazingly well. I'm really sort of bonding with Patrick Valenza's art and cards. It's just, like I say, I found it very difficult at first. Many of you will know how I was drawn to purchasing, look at that, purchasing his deck some time ago. It'll be in 2018, when I was at a Mind, Body and Soul fair in Dublin, and I was just drawn to this strange looking deck. I can't deny that that's what I thought of it. Great, I can tell you this is from Anne Fort. She's just an amazing lady, and Anne Fort makes the most gorgeous tarot bags, and you can find her shop on Etsy. Oh, look at that. Now you see, I was actually at this, I was walking around an area that, oops, sorry, that's one of the, what do you call them, exhibitions that had a load of tarot decks, and the Deviant Moon was just sitting in the middle. It was only a small deck amongst all these big glamorous boxes, and I thought, right, I was drawn to it. But when I got it home, I think it was the Death card, just freaked me out. And I thought, oh, I don't think this is for me. And I didn't want to rehome it. I had also purchased the big book on the Deviant Moon. I wanted to try and work with it, but I just couldn't bond with it. Then I bought myself the Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle, and I revisited my own copy of the Deviant Moon, and it just fell into place, and I haven't looked back. This, now, the Hermit unsettled me in the original one, and this one would even be more unsettling if you weren't used to the art, if you hadn't looked at it originally on the first deck. But imagine this. This does sort of, I think it's very effective using the black light blue. You know, it's just stands out in a whole different way. But that image, albeit it's the hermit, it's almost like this hermit's trapped in its own mind, and in all honesty, it's looking like a scary place to be. Or is it the outside world that's appearing scary? Looking from the inside out, or looking from the outside in, looking at oneself? But isn't that just amazing how you've got the greys going from a very pale grey to a darker grey, with touches of blue that stand out, and the factory in the background is almost like a greyish blue. Look at the effect that the use of those colours have had on the deck. It's quite amazing. The Wheel of Fortune. Now, in the past we'd say, well, the wheel, would be, the prominent thing to stand out. But in this, I find that this little creature at the top is what stands out more. Albeit that the characters at the front do, the creature at the top does too. Strength. Now this strength card is really does depict strength. We've got sort of hues of green in the person that's pulling open the crocodile's mouth, or the amphibian's mouth anyway. But look at the colour on it. It gives the deck a completely new feeling, as do the backs. You know, we're so used to seeing them in the browns and earthy tones, seeing them in these sort of ethereal blues and greys, and looking like negatives on a camera, on a roll of film, if anybody remembers rolls of film. Oh, it's just amazing. Oh my gosh, this was the card that really did freak me. Look at that. Imagine being in the black dark and seeing that. If people weren't afraid of tarot readings before, they would be then. That's not my aim, honestly. It's just my rather warped sense of humour. But look at that. And it's reversed, you know, as it said in the little card there, because normally this would be the white parts and this would be the dark parts here on the original card. But it just stands out. Oh, do you know, I really, really do love this deck. Temperance. I actually think Temperance looks even more peaceful in this deck. It's the softer hues. In one sense, the softer hues are relaxing in a way. It's a strange way. But they can also be a little bit on the colder side. You know, it's looking at the dark side of the moon. And looking at everything in reverse, really. Now, this devil is... Look at that. Look at him. So I try and get the shadow of my thumb out there. And you get it in that light. It's almost like being in something that's... I don't know, how would you explain it even? It gives you a strange feeling. The Tower. Ethereal. Would you say ethereal? Or haunting? Haunting. Do you know, Punch and Judy always scared me as a child, and that's what the moon card reminds me of. Punch and Judy. And again, there was a strangeness about Punch and Judy that used to give me nightmares when I was a child. But now they hold a different sort of magic to me. I think I must have just been very sensitive as a child. The Judgment card. Look at that. And the way we see Judgment looking down, see the face, we have the two moons, the full moon and the crescent moon. And just look at, you know, as Patrick Valenza has stated on this card here, I hope you enjoy your stay on the other side of the moon. You can see this sort of peace and tranquility on one side and judgment and, you know, not anger, but, well, you pay for that, or you need to change this and look what you've done. Yep, cry now because you've got changes to make. Look at that. The World. I love the colour of the hair in this World card. Here we come to the Minors. I just really do think that this you can get different effects whether you read it with the black, white, blue or on its own. It's just amazing. Oh, sorry, I did show you that. Oh, this is, Anne, I just cannot thank you enough for this. This is beyond generous. This reminds me of Gretel from Hansel and Gretel, sort of lost in the woods, you know. This is our Seven of Wands, and it looks like Gretel's lost finding her way through the woods, doesn't it? Look at that. Or Red Riding Hood or something like that. Got the Eight of Wands here. And you know, Eight of Wands, things happen very quickly. Going back to the Hansel and Gretel, that's the witch that's going to plough through those woods really quickly to catch Gretel. And 9. The mask we see on the person here reminds me of the masks the doctors would have worn, or the chemists in Victorian times, where they used to put herbs and spices in the beak section of this so that they weren't getting the awful smells from the plague when people were dying from the Black Death and the smell of rotting dirt and disease. And that's what that reminds me of. And when we see it with the Nine of Wands, and it's like, well, to me in this current times, it's like, well, the pandemic's nearly over. We're not quite there yet. We still need to take caution. We still need to wear that mask, keep those germs away. Just a little bit more to go before we reach our target of getting rid of it. It sort of sits in, that's what I get from that, the mask. And here we go with our 10. We have our Page, our Knight, our Queen, and our King. Then we come to Cups. Oh, our Ace of Cups is pretty in a different way. And just look at how the greens shine up into the black, light blue. Now we've got the green here, but imagine this. I can't make this room any darker. I might actually try something out, and if it works, I'll pop it in on the end of the video. Let's have 2 of Cups. Our 3. 3. Our 5 of Cups here. Look, you can see after the spilt blood here out of the cups. It looks like blood anyway, whether you take it as red wine, blood, whichever way you want to look at it. But look at that. Look how the difference it makes. We've got that. And we've got that sort of dreamlike quality. Punch and Judy, here we go, once again. That's on our 6 of Cups. This card I actually really like. This is the 7 of Cups. But you know, historically, when we sort of look at it and say a 6 of Cups, 7 of Cups, you know, we're faced with choices and decisions that we've got to make. But look at this one. In this one here, we have the 7 Cups, okay? But look what's happening here. We've got somebody here carrying out a portrait. But, you know, I would say it's not so much a portrait of somebody else because that other person is holding the canvas, okay? So the person that's painting can't see the person behind it. So would this person painting be looking at a self-portrait? So this 7 of Cups would be choices we have to make by looking internally, analysing ourselves, seeing our self-portrait, creating our self-portrait, looking at what we see about us, analysing what we see and making choices and decisions from what we discover. You know, getting in touch with your abilities, your talents. Look at what you can do, not what you can't do. We've got 5 cups standing there and 2 cups fallen. Does that make any difference to me? Yes, it does. Because the 5 cups standing is, and we've got one reversed here, look, but it's not leaking out, it's sealed at the bottom. So we've got hidden depths. We've got the contents of that we don't know. Is it empty or is it full? Is the seal at the bottom clinging to the top of that table, holding in hidden depths, hidden abilities and talents, hidden knowledge? Because a lot of us sometimes are afraid to expose our skills and talents in case we're laughed at, in case we're ridiculed, in case we just feel, well, I can't do that. Look at your skills, abilities and talents. Look at your personality. Look at your traits. Choose wisely that you want to show the world. But don't hide your light under a bushel. Isn't that lovely? That's really, that 7 of Cups, out of all my tarot decks, I find the one with the Deviant Moon, both this version and the standard version, is so deep and meaningful. But there again, when you look at Patrick Valenza's art, now that I have embraced it and love it, I find that there can be so much read beyond the traditional way we look at things. That 9 of Cups, wow, it's just beautiful. Then we have our Page, our King, our Queen, sorry, our Knight, that was not our King, our Knight. Oh no, it was our King. Here's our Knight of Cups. Sorry, there we go. And then we come to the Ace of Pentacles. Naturally, as many of you have repeatedly heard me say, being Welsh, I love dragons. Look at that one. Look at that in that light. As beautiful as it is there, I love the green of the pentacle because that to me signifies so much abundance and growth and beauty, earthly growth. And then we have our ethereal dragon. Look at that. So we've got both earth-like growth and development and spirituality. I think our dragon here represents the sort of spiritual, esoteric, majestical side of us. You know, it's just, oh, gorgeous. Our Two of Pentacles. Our Three. Four of Pentacles. You know, we see our person holding their coins to themselves, but look at this one. You know, if we spend too much time holding on to, whether it's our time, hoarding things, you know, but we can hoard not just, you know, physical items or finances, but we can hoard our time, our spirituality, keeping everything just to us, making it ours, but not sharing, you know, your gifts and talents. Does that make us truly spiritual? Because isn't the idea that we try to spread kindness, well-being, mindfulness? And look, with this, with our, so we'll call him our miser, we have this skeletal bride. Look what's hanging from her mouth. It's a pocket watch. And you know, that's, don't waste time, don't waste energy, don't waste your skills and talents and your spirituality, because time passes quickly and we're not necessarily here for a long time, but we're here for a good time, you know. So don't sort of, you know, sort of, squander's the wrong word, or would it be, you know, everything, because before you know it, either you're too old, infirm, or you're just not here to be able to enjoy the here and now. You know, it goes like that. Then we have our 5, 6, 7. This deck is everything I hoped it would be. I was afraid initially when I first ordered this. I was thinking, oh, I hope I don't have the same experience that I had when I ordered the original one, when I purchased the original one, because that would be such a shame. And here we are. I have the Mildred Payne's paradoxical pocket oracle that I'm looking forward to using with this deck. In fact, I'm due to do my second spread of the tried spread revisited activities that we do, and I'll use this, and for my oracle deck I will use the paradoxical version of the Mildred Payne and see how they read together. You can hear my cockatiels in the background whistling away. Get the Ace of Swords, you know, communication, but look how the barbed wire is wrapped around that sword. Barbed words, you know, sometimes they're needed to sometimes cut away all the detritus that we have to sort of plough through on at times in life, but sometimes our barbed words can be a little bit too barbed. We have to watch that too, that we're not overly enthusiastic at being critical. Wow, this Three of Swords, look at that. And again, let's get this light on and see what that looks like in that light. Wow. I do find that we now have three different versions of this. When I say 3, we have our original one, have our paradoxical one, and then we have the paradoxical one using a black light blue, and it gives off 3 different sort of vibes. You know, the paradoxical one gives you quite a haunting. The paradoxical one with the light does give that haunting sort of ghost-like appearance, and it's quite amazing. Like I say, I'm going to close myself off in a dark room, pop that light on and take some photographs and see how they come out. If they come out well enough, I'll pop them on the end of this video for you to peruse. Oh my God, you know, we've got the Ten of Swords here. You can almost feel that. Our Page, our Knight, our Queen, and our King. What can I say? Amazing. In my opinion, a huge success by Patrick Valenza, and a wonderful, generous gift from Anne. I really appreciate it, Anne. I cannot thank you enough. Do I love it? Damn, I really do. Thank you very much. Take care, and I'll chat to you all soon. I've moved over to the other side of the screen so that our lovely cards can just fly in one after the other, and you can see what they look like in a dark room with the UV light, or black light blue, some of us like to call it. You might wonder, does this woman have a dark room in her house? No, but I've got a downstairs loo that's under the stairs. So the room's blacked out when there's no lights. And so that's where I photographed these amazing cards. I hope you enjoy them and enjoy the fun, enjoy the beauty of them, and see that these cards give off a third feeling. Just amazing. That's all I can say. So enjoy the pictures as they come, and here we go.